It is. It's podcast day. We're excited. We're digging out there. What have we got? Ooh, yeah.
Dude, it's fucking podcast day.
Takes you back to that time of when you remember what you were doing when you first listened to that album, or
What is going on, champions? That's right. Yes.
What up?
Podcast day. Two dudes talk music. Yes, and stew. I've been stewing on this shit all day.
What is going on?
Yes.
It's that time. It's that time. Podcast time. Yeah, spill the beans, man. Spill the beans. We want it. We want this. The exclusive details.
Hey, I'm too quick on that air horn button, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, that is amazing. I love every second of it, dude. Fantastic. What a week it's been.
It's Thursday. It's payday. I'm happy. You're happy. We are all in a great mood. It is less than 1 week. Less than 1 week until New Metal Mayhem kicks off.
Oh,
Oh my God, less than 1 week.
6 days.
And you may have noticed I have a little bit of a new look going on.
Yeah, you're looking fresh.
Those of you who are in Queensland will understand how fucking ridiculous it gets up here. So I just was like, you know what? I'm going to go a little bit fresh this summer. I'm going to keep it short. It's not because I'm balding. I'm not shaving it because I have to. I'm shaving it because I want to.
Yeah, I'm follically challenged.
Yeah. And, we are just keeping it fresh, going to keep it nice and short over summer, revisit things after that, maybe try and grow it back. Who knows? We'll see how we go. We'll see what we're feeling. It's just hair. It grows back for me, for now at least. Mate, you know I love you.
I do. I miss, one thing I do miss is my long hair.
Yeah,
I
man.
miss that very long hair, but
It's so weird.
follically
You
challenged.
headbang different. You headbang different when you have hair versus when
It's
when you don't.
momentum. It's that momentum on the especially the longer it gets, you just build momentum.
Yeah. Well, when you headbang with hair, you're headbanging to flick the hair around.
Mm,
When you're headbanging without hair, you're trying to headbutt shit.
that is true.
That's the different motions, I think. That's the
That is
different
true.
motions. Anyway, mate, we are gonna kick stuff right off. We're gonna dive right into it with
We
our
are.
gig guide for the weekend. Once again, remember, I don't. You know what? I forget to do this every damn time, and I really, really should get better at this. I should write it down and stick it here so that I don't ever forget to say it. Welcome to the Two Dudes Talk Music podcast. I am the Reverend Raph. You can just call me Raph, and this is my co-host Beer Buddy.
Woo,
Now-
praise God, I've got to get those logos back.
If you are new to the channel, maybe you have seen our video over on Metal Ruse, because
I'll pull
we
that
are
one up real
officially
quick.
part of the Metal Ruse team.
Yeah.
So we
I'll
have
pull
now
that one
joined
up
Metal
once.
Ruse over there. We are doing reaction videos.
Yeah,
We are
man.
going to do maybe some short form interviews over there. You know, we'll see. You'll see us popping up over there from time to time. Don't worry though. Don't worry. We're still going to be doing these weekly long podcasts over here for you. Interviews, all that good stuff. So keep subscribed over here.
And then go
But
subscribe
also,
over there.
Go subscribe over at Metal Ruse so that you can show them some love, because they've been really kind to bring us into the fold over there, and they have tons of really cool content.
They do.
Including they got Jai Munji over there, and they got a whole bunch of cool stuff in terms of interviews, and go to their website. They got gig reviews and album reviews and all kinds of cool stuff. So subscribe to Metal Ruse. Go over there and do that. Stay subscribed here because we're still going to be doing some stuff here as
yeah.
well. And if you're new, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, because we have been working very, very hard to try and get all of the bands interviewed for the New Metal Mayhem tour that's coming up, and we will be getting to our latest interview with the man, the myth, the legend, WAYLON REAVIS.
What a
But before we
guy.
do
What
that,
a
we're just going to roll off some gigs there. And if you have gigs coming up, drop us a message at the page, drop us an email, twodudestalkmusic@gmail.com. Let us know all the gig details, and we will shout it out on the stream. We'll be like, hey, this is a gig that's coming up this weekend. You should go to it, because we love live music and we want to support that shit. So if you're in a band and you want us to shout out your gig, get at us. Send us the messages, man.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
shout that stuff out.
We will.
In the meantime, there's a couple of things coming up. So this
There is.
Saturday in Nambour, at the Commercial Hotel, we have Rotten Fest, which is looking like a hell of a lineup. Let me try and get this
sounds
thing
fairly
for you.
rotten.
It is, well, it's the poster is really, really cool, by the way. I gotta
Yeah.
say, if anyone knows who did the poster for Rotten Fest, give them a shout out for me, because that's some cool stuff. So we've got One More Billy, 7 Foot Sooks,
Oh, I love
Hughes
that.
Good, Gudgeon, Fake News, Slurpy Jerks, Aborto de Cristo, Cursed Earth, Square Tugs, and Citizen Rat. It's $25 pre-sale, $30 on the door.
Hey.
Tickets are via Eventbrite, so get on over there and get yourself those tickets there. It kicks off at Saturday, October 7th. Doors are at 12, bands start from 1. Get down there early, spend yourself a day at Commercial Hotel down in Nambour, and enjoy some good fucking music.
Yeah.
In addition to that, if you are in the Newcastle area,
Ooh, yeah.
Newcastle area on Saturday night, Volumes are playing.
Yes.
Volumes are doing their Australian tour right now, which is crazy. That's so good.
Big Volumes, fan.
Volumes are playing at King Street in Newcastle. So that's
And
the
it's
venue,
actually-
not the street. The address is 15 Steele Street, Newcastle. The venue is called King Street. Get yourself down there on Saturday
And that's
if you're in
the
Newcastle.
stacked lineup. I'm pretty sure
That is because they are being
our favourites from Lycanthrope. Are they?
Yes, absolutely. So you've got Gravemind. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Univs. I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. Please get at us and we'll correct that. Lycanthrope and Violet are playing that one. So amazing. Mad love to the boys in Lycanthrope. You know, we got incredible love for you boys. And congratulations on getting this support. It's going to be a hell of a show.
And
so if you
I'm gonna
are
add
down
on to
there...
that, I'm going to add on
Yeah.
to that. In Sydney at the Red Rattler on the Monday night,
Yeah,
Volumes will be playing again,
there you go.
and they will have Gravemind, and also our beautiful, awesome champion boys from Singe.
Hey!
Yeah, Mirkwood, and Alara. So if you can get out there Monday night, 7 p.m, and yeah, get your tickets from. Where is it?
Where is it? Where's the
Vat
tickets from?
Sydney.
I can't see.
Bit
I think they're being sold by the venue website.
Yeah, they're through the venue website at the Red Rattler. So if you go on the Red Rattler website, you'll be able to find it, or go onto Singe or Volumes, and you'll be able to get links straight to get your tickets from there.
Yeah, it's going to be killer. That's going to be amazing.
So good to see that they're bringing out the Australian supports, man. That's what we like to see, man. They're really they're coming out, they're doing the headline spots, and they're really doing stuff for the Australian scene, and that is what we like to see.
Yep,
the internationals
absolutely.
doing.
Absolutely, we love when they come out and they get some Aussie talent to support, because this is what we've been saying. This is why we're banging this drum, because Aussie talent is underappreciated on the global stage, and I really love to see this because I hope it helps us get some recognition.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'm going to wrap up this gig guide. I don't know if you've got anything else to go after this one, but I got one more on my end. Now, this one is for Thursday next week. So, look, if you're not going to be watching the podcast, at least get out and go to a gig, right? Yeah. That's what I'm looking at it. You know, like totally fine if you
send us photos of the gigs.
Send
why
us
you missed the
photos of all this
podcast?
stuff.
We want to see it.
You
We
go
want
out
to
to
see
these
you guys
gigs.
having fun.
If you're around Brisbane Way in the Valley on Thursday next week, you've got OK36, Total Radio Silence, and Caravan are playing a free show at Tomcat in the Valley.
Nice.
Now, Tomcat is one of my favourite venues in Brisbane. It is an amazing vibe, great energy all around, good sound, good stage setup. They got a nice green room going on for the bands now, so it's really cool. You got a little bit of space to chill out and put all your stuff that's not in the way of anything. The only problem is they need some kind of stairs, or get like an old person lift to go up and down those stairs when people are loading gear in, because they are steeper than a motherfucker. Like,
A pulley system.
those stairs, like if you fall down that's it. You're like tumbling all the way to hell down those stairs, because that is like, they are steep. Tomcat, I love you, and I appreciate that you're fixing up the smoking area. Please, for the love of God, can we fix those stairs for bands loading shit in, or at least get some other better solution? Because, like, yeah, we love you, but Jesus Christ. Anyway, so those are the few gigs that are happening that we've got in our gig guide there. Like we said, though, if you want your gig shouted out in there, send us an email, 2dudestalkmusic. We will be all over it. We will put that stuff
100%.
on the shout out for you. Now, getting to the reason for the season.
Yeah, the amazing chat we had on Monday or Tuesday.
Close.
Tuesday morning.
It is getting so close. We've been talking about this show for months now at this point, right?
We
We have got New Metal Mayhem tour coming up. This starts in 6 days. 6 days. Wednesday next week, the first show happens at Crowbar in Sydney. If you haven't got your tickets yet, buy them now.
Yeah, man. Your boy will be
Not
there.
kidding. Not kidding. This is the environment the way these things go now is there's always a last minute rush on tickets. If they're still available, go and scoop them up while you can. I'm telling you now, because this is such a special experience.
Once in a lifetime, man.
It
we
is.
Keep, we
once in
keep
a
saying
lifetime.
that, and we cannot stress how much this means to every single band that's playing on with them, to the community that's followed the path of Slipknot for so long, and actually getting to see Mate Feed Kill Repeat played in full, plus WAYLON REAVIS coming out playing some Mushroom Head stuff that obviously he was involved in, and a Killer's Confession stuff.
Killer's Confession stuff, yeah.
It's like we fucking say it at nauseum. This was never meant to happen.
Yeah, this is the kind of show that, we'll get into it a bit more, and we get into it a bit more with the chat with Waylon. But yeah, we were up super early on Tuesday morning to get this one in the bag for you guys, because we love you guys and we love doing this, and we're okay to sacrifice a little bit of sleep for that every now and then. Because what if we weren't willing to sacrifice anything for it? It wouldn't really be that worthwhile, would it? Now,
No.
So we got a nice long interview for you with Waylon, and talk about all sorts of stuff he's been doing to prepare for the set, how he's found revisiting this material, if he's got anything special planned, any kind of teasers on stuff, what he's looking forward to coming to Australia. We touch on so much stuff in this interview, so we're going to jump across to that momentarily, but we will be in the live chat. So if you've got any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about in there, jump in there too. We'll be hanging out. We'll jump in with comments and responses there. And, maybe there's something that we touch on in the interview that you want a bit more detail on that we can offer. Who knows? Just jump in there. Let us know what you think is going on with stuff. And we will be back again at the end to give you a shout out and give the final stuff on this New Metal Mayhem tour. But man, if you haven't got your tickets, go and get them right now, because
You're wasting time. Just get them.
time's a wasting. Time's a wasting. I mean, Mushroom Head and Slipknot. This is two of the bands that really set the stage for a lot of theatrics and modern metal.
Yep.
And
These were the original mass band. Both of them.
I don't know. Was there
Oh no, for our generation.
for our generation? Definitely for our generation. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, look, let's throw over to that. We will be in the chat, as I said, but crack yourself a drink. I'm gonna go get one as soon as that flicks over. I'm going out to get a cider out of the fridge, because I got some nice cool ciders going on in there. But in the meantime, enjoy this interview, the rest of the interview we got with Waylon there, and we will catch you guys on the flip side of it.
See ya.
Mate, joining us again, mate. How are you doing?
Honestly, I'm getting over bronchitis, man. I'm like,
Oh shit.
like, I tested for COVID and all that stuff. It's going around. Jelly has it. Like, Moses White Singer, like, he had to cancel some shows.
We did see that.
And, I had it on the few shows I was on. I was like, I can't breathe, man. And I thought COVID at first. I was like, no. And I tested negative. And coming, like, no, you stop bronchitis. Oh, I thought it was regular sickness.
There is, man. Yeah. Okay. Well, glad to hear that you're improving and you're
I'm fine. I'm at the very, very end of it, so I'm really good. Just down to the cracks, and I was actually just singing "Simple Survival," and I was working on "Simple Survival." And, wow, I can still do it.
Well, that's it, man. How have you been finding that, prepping all that Mushroom Head stuff again, like diving back into that? How's that been for you?
It's a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. It's a because I reprogrammed everything. My son Waylon Jr. is actually the little genius behind it all. Like sitting there and actually listen to the songs, because he plays piano, and tore it all apart and got that piano element back in there. So like when you hear the synths and stuff in Australia, it's my son.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's my son that actually did. I'm so proud of him. Like he actually, I was on his ass too. I was like, boy, But but he's learning, and he's 22, and he's been playing piano for over a decade now. And kids, he's more into like scoring and
Composition and stuff like that.
composition. Like he's totally into that, and I'm like, I don't get any of that shit. It sounds like crap.
Man, you gotta, man, the musical mind that you need to do that stuff is really like, it sounds like he's really on it, man. Like that's so
He's
cool.
on it, dude. If I could just get him to get into the real world every once in a while, it's like, buddy, we got to make money. So
I don't know. The real world sucks pretty bad sometimes.
It does. It does. He stays in that as much as he can, but
Hey.
I'm very proud of him.
If
And
he's
I
good with-
was going to say it like during the shows, like this, my son did this,
yeah.
and I'll go ahead and tell you guys, like I'm very proud of him. But like right now, I'm putting all the guitar work all together so it all matches, and just making sure everything is because like I really want to give you guys the most solid show possible.
Absolutely, and we're excited, man. Like we've been interviewing all the other bands in the lead up to this one. You know, we went through like the bands that are going to be like doing the more local support in just Brisbane.
Yeah.
And then we worked up through. We've had Piston Fist and Sin Soto and Chaosis on here over the last few weeks. So we're stoked that you're able to join us again for this one in the one kind of final interview in the lead up to all of this. And yeah, we knew obviously last time you were on, you were talking about how excited that you are to come back to Australia. Are the anticipation still building for all of this? You're like, I bet you just want to get on that fucking plane.
Oh, that's the one thing I don't want to do. If we could just knock me out for the 18 hours and then just wake me up when we get there, I would take that, because like I could use the sleep right now. To be honest with you, like this has been a bigger stress than you expected. I mean, but it's not bad stress. It's just like the preparation and stepping out of the AKC world and bringing back the Mushroomhead world and then kind of combine them together. I mean, it's a bigger headache than people realize because like I'm singing the parts on my own. Like this, like that's the thing. I'm not just down there practicing my part. I'm doing Jeff stuff. I'm doing Jay stuff. I'm doing all of it because it's like I was like, screw it. I've been singing solo for this long, for 7 years now. I'm not going to stop now, and I'm going to sing their part. So like making it to where it sounds cohesive and like everything still flows together and has that element of Mushroomhead, even though it's only going to be one vocalist.
Well, that must be incredibly challenging, trying to sort of take in some songs like 3 people's parts and bring them down to something that you're able to manage with one person there. Have you utilized much in the way of like pre-recorded like vocal tracks as a support element there, or
I've been doing that for practice. Like I've been singing with Jeff and then going in and doing it myself. Like if you follow my social media, you'll have seen that I was singing Save Us the other day, and I was singing with Jeff, because and I might actually put Jeff there just so he's there, like because like it's such a harmony and like Save Us is such a powerful song. It'd kind of be weird not to do it. But like if he's singing solo, I'll probably end up singing that.
Yeah.
But anything together, I might add him there.
Okay.
Because like Jeff and I just had that unique sound, and I feel like you might be missing if I don't do that. And it's the way I can bring Jeff.
Yeah. It's good representing.
That's cool.
You know what I mean, dude? It's like trust me, it's like it feels weird singing these songs without him.
It would.
I bet.
And I love Jeff, and but like he has such a unique voice. But what we did was so different at the time. Like our harmonies wasn't the typical harmony. Like it was just like we combined voices in a way where it made this super voice.
Well, they've always worked well together. Your voice and his have always worked really well together.
But it wasn't easy to do. It's like. And going back and visiting, it's like Jeff is a key part, and it's like I can't eliminate that. So I have to figure out how to put Jeff in there, and then in my way show a nod to him, and you know what I'm saying, in the most respectful, respectful way I can.
That's so good that you've put so much thought into that.
Well, it's like I'm not taking anything away from Mushroom Head. The last thing I ever would want to do was to come down there and make Jeff look bad, make Mushroom Head look bad. Like, I want to represent it to where I represent all parties, whether I'm in it or not. But I show that nod and that respect.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and that's, I mean, that shows in everything that you do. Like, you always bring the passion, and you always want to try and do. I got from the last time we spoke, right? Like, you obviously at the time there was a lot of stuff happened there, and everyone's come a long way since then, and you're just trying to do the right thing by everybody now to be respectful in doing this, while also giving the fans that special experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what it is.
So I mean, look, you've been on the road pretty hard lately too, man. Like, you've been out going all over the shop, and you've just announced a bunch more shows for when you get back.
With the Killers.
5 days after I land, I hop back on tour.
Wow.
So, like,
Just enough to get over the jet lag.
But that's the thing. I end up talking. Piston Fist, James, the bass player, is playing with me, and I finally got to speak with him. And we were talking last night, and I was just like, I was like, just ignore me for the first 4 days, because if I'm talking to myself in a corner, just know that I'm not on drugs. I'm that jet lag. It's like I said, I'm going to be friendly, but I said, understand this. I said, if I seem a little off for the first couple days, it's not nobody's fault. It's the actual flight over there, and then I'll have to come back and do the same thing. It's just going to be crazy.
You know what? Like, what I've found in my, granted, I only done it a couple of times, but like, I found coming from the US to Australia is generally like I tend to get more sleep on the flight because it's nighttime for longer. Basically, you're chasing the night.
Yeah.
But the jet lag takes longer to come out, longer to get over when you're coming from the US to here versus when you're going the other way.
Yes.
When you're going, generally when you're flying from here to the US, you arrive in the US and it's, you kind of just push through to the evening and then you can go to sleep.
Well, it's the same day. It's like, if you think about it, you're landing on the exact same day an hour later.
Yes.
That's how that works. It's like, you're on this plane for so many hours and you land and you look at a clock and it's like, it's only been an hour. And there, like, it'll mess with you here. Because I remember when I came home from Australia after Soundwave, it took me a week to be like, where am I at? It's like, it was definitely it messed with my head for a while, but like, I know that I really don't have that luxury of the time off this time. It's like, I'm coming straight off the run I just did. I'm spending this entire week making sure everything's right. Like, I'm working it right now, and then go down there, one rehearsal with the band, and then we go straight at it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how that's working. And then we do 6 shows in a row, day off, 6 shows in a row, home.
Yeah. It's a whirlwind. It's definition of a whirlwind tour for sure.
And it's like, and I just like, I'm mentally preparing myself to just go. It's like, if I fall out on stage, I'm sorry. It's like, please understand. This is I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Nah, you're wrong, mate.
It's like, if I won't probably be seen that much during the night, like after the VIP experience is over, I'll probably end up disappearing for a little bit. But that's for my own personal.
Of course,
good. Because like, it's like I'll need to eat, and like I want to go get my head together, because like I know how that works being in the club, and if I'm there, I'm going to meet everybody and I'm going to talk, and I'm going to be and I'm going to wear myself out even worse.
Yeah.
So I have to be very, very careful about that, and I just want to make sure everything goes to plan, and that everybody leaves going, holy shit, and that's the real plan, is everybody leaving going, holy shit, what did I just watch?
Oh, we're walking in there going, holy shit, this tour was never meant to happen. So we're already halfway there.
And it's never going to happen again. Like, everybody keeps asking me to bring it to the States, and I'm not going to.
Oof.
I'm only doing it there one time.
Respect, man.
I mean, but that's it. Like, the demand we've seen for this in the US since the announcement of it, and the amount of people I see commenting on yours and Anders posts about it, saying, "Oh my God, can we get this here? Can we get this here?" And something like that. I think, I mean, with seeing how much demand there is for it, I could easily understand if you guys were to go, sure, why not? Let's keep it going. But the fact that you guys are going, at least you've decided that no, this is one time. This is just Australia. This is just for this tour.
Yep.
That's awesome, and respect for that. And I think it's going to help keep it very, very special for the people that are coming to these shows.
That's it. I want it to be special. It's like we as much when we came there once.
Yeah.
And it's been it's been a decade, and I don't know if they're coming back or not. And Lord knows, I hope they do. I hope you guys get the new, Mushroom Head down there and you get to experience that. But this will be the only time that you get to experience my version of Mushroom Head there. And because it's like I'm worried about AKC. A Killer's Confession is my future. It is my Mushroom Head is my past. And this was just a special kind of like the moon and the sun and the earth lined up just right for this, because in normal circumstances I would have never done this.
Speaking of going back into the past and stuff like that, we all, like, it's no real sort of secret that the time and while you were in Mushroom Head was pretty hectic. Like, it was pretty party, go.
Oh yeah.
How is it now, being the type of person and, being sober and stuff like that now, revisiting that time in your life? Is it bringing up sort of any old memories or anything like that, or any old thoughts or feelings?
No, but I've realized I'm a different vocalist. AKC, I'm not dissing what I've done in Mushroom Head in any way. AKC is more difficult to sing.
There you go.
I'm going down there and noticing things I thought were difficult in the past are not difficult to me now.
Okay.
And I haven't sung this stuff in 8 years. So, like, imagine the shot, be like, man, I remember that always took it out of me to hit that part. And I'm doing it like, like what? Even my wife was like, holy shit. Like, she goes, you haven't sang this in years and you sound exactly like the CD. And I'm like, I know. But I think that has to do with the fact I was partying. So my vocals were not, or my mind just wasn't where it needed to be to really hone in on this. But at the same time, I didn't sing in Mushroom Head like I do in A Killer's Confession either. Like, Killer's Confession has a lot more range in it, and it's not just parts, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Mushroom Head, you had a part here, Jeff, Jay was there, you, Jeff, you, Jeff, you, Jeff.
Yeah.
It would bounce like that. And with AKC, it's Waylon.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
And I think that made me a stronger vocalist, being the fact that I'm doing the whole song.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm not having the issues to do the entire song now.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, I was literally just about to say, like, yeah, you've spent the last 7 years out here doing all of the vocals. It's all you. And, the reps that gives you as well is a different beast.
Oh,
and
it totally
obviously
is.
Being sober as well, and the improvements to your health that will have brought. You've obviously got better, like, cardiovascular health going on, better lung capacity going on. You've just got, everything has set you up to just be able to be better and perform better than and again, like,
I feel bad
that's
that
not
the Mushroom Head universe doesn't give this version of me. I feel bad for that. And I've said it. It's like, I wish I could put this mind and this work ethic into that body back then, because it could have turned into something totally different. It really could have. And just going back, like going back and singing this stuff, it's just like, I remember the excitement, and I'm like, okay, this is how I did this, because I spent. But like I was saying, it's like Julie was listening, and it like, she was just shaking her head like it's like I'd never stepped out of it.
It's the best.
And are you finding Are you finding any sort of new meaning in some of these songs or new emotions from that at all?
Honestly, it's the same meaning. It's the same feeling. Like what I wrote, there's a sorrow amongst it.
Mhm.
Like vocally, there was such a sadness in my life at that point, and lyrically, I can look back and see that, because hindsight's 2020. You can always see that. And but there's just a sorrow, like especially with the Save Your Sorrow stuff. There's a sorrow that like honestly can't be duplicated. Like there's a real sadness, and I think with Mushroom Head it was the loss of Jay and the loss of Universal. It was just a mixture of real emotions creating that album, and that's what I think makes that album so special. Like with me, it was leaving my family and my kids and coming, hundreds of miles away, moving to a new city, like readjusting, knowing nobody. There was a real era of sadness there, and I just feel like that you can't duplicate that because you have to be there to do it.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Because I
enough.
mean, you
That's
listen to Save Your Sorrow. Save Your Sorrow is very depressing.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But the name says it all. Save Your Sorrow.
So, well, I mean, touching back on Achilles' Confession for a moment, I saw the other day you put up a little thing and you're like, hey, like if we get enough likes on this post, we're gonna drop a little, thingy, so is that maybe some more like
We already did it.
Oh, you did it?
We you had to be part of the live.
Ah,
And
the live
the
show,
live,
right.
I dropped like
Good
4 or 5
idea.
teasers of 4 or 5 different songs.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
that's how I
nice.
do it.
Very nice. Yeah,
Like
there
you had to join the live to get to hear because I'm not just giving this stuff away, and people are like,
Yeah, no, fair
really
enough.
blown away by it. Because like I'm still deciding how I'm dropping this album.
Yeah.
And like this album is going to stand like miles above anything else I've done in AKC. It really is that big a difference. Because I spent a year writing it and working with different producers. Our sound is like so modern and just so big that it just, it's a new day for AKC. Like a lot of people will probably think it's a new band.
Ooh, that big.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that big of a difference.
Are we going to hear any of these songs on the tour?
You're getting 2.
Yes.
You're getting Sun and you're getting Tongue.
Ah, very, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, like the AKC stuff, like I'll go ahead and say, AKC wise, we're going to do Be My Witness, The Boys, Numb, Sun, and Tongue, and then we're going to do Roots. And that'll be the AKC side of the set. Nice. And then the rest of it will be Mushroom Head. And it pretty much goes Mushroom Head, AKC, Mushroom Head, AKC,
Cool.
Mushroom Head, AKC, AKC, Mushroom Head, AKC,
So
Mushroom
you're
Head.
mixing up the sets. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think alternating it like that's definitely the best way to go.
Oh yeah, like I mean, you'll get 2 in a row from Mushroom. Like towards the end, like I'll do
Yeah.
like Sun and Tongue, will be back to back because they're in a drop G tuning,
Wow.
and that's the only thing that's in the set that's like that. So they have to beside each other for tuning purposes. And then I was like, well, I did 2 here, so we'll do 2 here.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I mean, in talking to some of the other bands that are on the tour there, and as we've, as you mentioned there, some of the support band for yours and Anders sets is comprised of members of the other bands that are on the tour here. Man, some of these guys are doing like their own set, Anders set, and your set every night.
Now, I told them, do not take away
nights
from
across
themselves for me. I say, do not take away from what you're trying to do to make me better. I said, I want you to be relaxed during my set. I said, I don't expect you to feel like you've got to jump around like a madman. I want you rested, but I mean, I also appreciate what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, but you put your set first. You worry about what you've created and like try to get as much exposure for yourself as possible. And I want you to hold it. I said, I want you to tell your bandmates this too. I said, tell them I'm not trying to take away from what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I want you to focus on that as it's your number one. This is my number one, but it's not yours.
Yeah.
That's your number one.
Yeah. I mean, and so I know that for actually no, I'm not. I don't know if I can tell people about that, so I won't mention that one. I won't bring that up. Something that is interesting, when we were talking to the guys from Piston Fist, is we like, I'll be honest, you listening to Made, Feed, Kill, Repeat, you hear some of Paul's bass work on that is absolutely incredible. It's like,
Yes.
it's miles, as I've said this thing, it's miles and miles ahead of, or more intricate in a lot of places than what he ever did on most of the main Slipknot stuff. So we were kind of sitting here going, well, okay, that's probably going to be the most challenging in terms of the bass, right? But the guys from Piston Fist were saying that, like, he's picked that stuff up easy, and that he's been finding the Killer's Confession and the Mushroom Head stuff more challenging to pick up on there.
They have came back to me saying the Killer's Confession stuff is difficult.
Yeah.
They have came back and they have said that to me. In one song in particular, they have all come back. It's like, dude. I'm like, dude.
But,
I'm sorry.
but look, I mean, I have the utmost faith that, you know, in these guys that are going to be doing this tour, and they're going to bring everything for it, and you know, you're not going to have anything to worry about whatsoever. Like, these guys are on it, man. They're on it, and like we say it so much on this podcast. Like, the amount of talent that exists over here in the Australian music scene that just doesn't get exposure because of our smaller market space, basically. And you know, it's so hard to get. It's so hard to get over to other places.
Them flat out, I said, understand this. Show yourself off. I said, this right here. It's going to be in the press. It's like, and with Andrews doing this, I don't think they care about me like they do Andrews, and that's not a big deal to me at all. You know, it's like Slipknot and Mushroom, there's two different entities, flat out. But I said, eyes are going to be on this, so make yourself look good. I said, this could totally help you, you know, become, you know, known to people. But like, well, who are those guys that were doing it? I said, make sure you're out there. And I said, just, you know, understand this is one of those opportunities where, yeah, you are doing something for another band, but if you do it well, it can pay off for you immensely.
The craziest thing about this, the weirdest, or the best, one of the best things as well, is that in some weird way or another, now Australia sort of turns into that Mushroom Head and Slipknot lore.
Yeah,
from what we're getting.
Really?
Like, it's in the wiki. Like, it's on like the Wikipedia pages and stuff for the bands. Apparently.
Yeah, look, and that was the other thing I wanted to ask you. How much have you heard it on sort of over in America and stuff like that? The noise about this tour in Australia.
Oh, some people think it's the dumbest thing ever, and then other people are like, this is absolutely amazing. Then I see the Slipknot versus Mushroom Head, and I'm kind of like, I'm not even a part of that, you know. Like, honestly, I don't care. You know, it's like I was just with Slipknot. You know, it's like, it's not like that. I was just there with them at Incarceration side stage, you know, and watching the show and thoroughly enjoying it. It's this competition shit. You can take my name and you can boot it out of it because I don't give a shit. Straight out, like, I'm not being a part of any Slipknot, Mushroom Head feud, whatever you want to call it, because I mean, it's retarded. Excuse my language. I don't mean that in any way.
Look, in a sense, it is, man, because like you said, they're two separate entities.
Yeah, I should have used a better word. So edit that out if you can. It's asinine.
It is
to really think about it like that, because I'm not in Mushroom Head. I wasn't in Mushroom Head when it started. I was never a part of this rivalry.
I mean, I think the rivalry has always been something.
It's a fan thing.
The fans concocted in their head.
It's a fan thing, but I was never a part of it when it was fully heated. Think about that. When it was fully going was 2001 to 2003. I joined Mushroom in 2004.
Yeah.
We slid under the radar and did Save Your Sorrow. And that kind of like separated us a little bit. Like, these still had, and Slipknot was on their climb, and it was amazing to watch. Slipknot is an amazing band with worldwide recognition. Like, you cannot take away from it. And I personally will not be put in any type of rivalry where I'm chasing to try to be. Do you know what you're talking about? I don't want to do that, man. I'm doing me. And,
of course, yeah.
Like, so the whole Slipknot versus Mushroom Head thing, I found it stupid. And I just like, man, and if you enjoy the music, enjoy the music. But I'm not, like, for me, I'm a fan. So like, you know, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, it's like I won't have anything to do with it. You know, it's like because like people they try to get me to, you know, I'm like, I don't care. I was like, they wrote great songs, man. I love People Equal Shit. I think it's great.
You're proving the point right now, champion. Back
so on that, I mean, you know, you said you guys were both at an incarceration festival there, and I mean, have you had the chance to speak to any of those guys at all about this tour, and what's their thoughts on the tour? And
we don't talk about it.
It's not come up?
They're all cool with it. They don't care. Like, Corey put out his blessing.
Yeah, he's really cool with it.
You know, I'm fine with that. And it's like, that's Corey Taylor. It's like, thank you, bro. You know, I'd love for you to come watch me play. That'd be amazing. But the fact is, it's like, they know that Anders is a good dude. You know, it's like, they know that that Anders is not going to disrespect them. And I'm damn sure not going to disrespect the camp I was from. But at the same time, I'm just here doing songs I wrote. And that mentality just doesn't exist to me, you know, this competition, because like my life is AKC. So y'all are lucky enough that I'm actually dipping back in. Like, I mean, this was seriously, almost did not happen because at first I said no, I wasn't going to sing it. I didn't want to sing it. I want to focus on A Killer's Confession, and it takes me out of the whole equation.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. Like, I mean, you know, I wasn't sort of inquiring. Sorry if it came across. I wasn't inquiring about any you know, negative stuff there. It was just more like, you know, to see if it had come up in conversation, and if they're hyped for the whole thing, like they're excited about the fact that it's happening.
I think everybody just got their own thing
again. Yeah, that's fair.
Honest with you, it's Australia is just, it's like, you got to think, it's like going to the moon, coming to America. It's like one of those situations. It is. Where it's like, everybody knows you guys deserve to get more stuff. So I don't think anybody has a problem with it because they know the logistics of coming to Australia. Yeah. So they're like, good for them. Like, I think that's the real, but then you have certain fans and message boards where they're tearing it apart. And I'm like, whatever, dude. You know, it's like you're being
they're being jealous. They're being jealous because we get it.
They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate you, but they hate on us because, oh, this is the stupidest thing ever, you know. And like, a couple people had their like little comments about how I felt when I left Mushroom Head. Oh, he dissed the band. No, he's going to go back and sing. It's like, man, I'm going to go see songs I wrote. You know, it's like, this is not, you know, just because it was put out with Mushroom Head does not mean Waylon Reavis did not write on this song and create. Exactly. So, like, you better watch your mouth. You know, it's like the songs I wrote. You know, so I have the right to sing them anywhere I want to. Yeah. If I want to pull them out, I will. But the thing about it is, I'm only doing it this once.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think when there's lineup changes in bands, you know, I think some fans just get a stick up their ass about it, and they don't want to let shit go. They want to be bitter. They want to feel like they want to make themselves feel more important by insisting that their, you know, opinion or their anger about it is justified somehow. When
the fans are always the unsung fifth, sixth member.
Yeah.
And they get that mentality. But like, there's a separation. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Nobody wants to see what's behind the curtain. Like, you, as much as you feel like you're with the band and like you're part of it, and you are part of the live experience and the brotherhood and the build of the fan base. You are. But when it really comes down to it, it's those members that make up this group. And just like with anything, you lose track of your best mate, and fights happen, and this happens. It has nothing to do with you. You know, it's like, and you can be mad all you want, but for some reason or another, that core of people could not stay together, no matter what your opinion is.
Yeah.
And either you support it or you don't, but you don't have any say in it.
No, and that's a big thing people need to realize, is that when artists create, they don't create for the consumer. They create for themselves, and the consumer accepts it as they see fit, whether they like it, hate it, or otherwise.
Exactly. I don't create for anybody but to fulfill a need inside myself. And if I'm lucky enough that people like it, that's great. But I did not create it for you. I created it to help me express something I needed to get out. And that's the start. You know, it's like, I'm not looking for commercial success. I'm not trying to be on TMZ. I'm just trying to deal with issues in my own mind, and musically is the only way I can handle it.
Yeah.
So fans can take that for what it is, but like in all honesty, like it's so sad to see fans just turn their backs on people they've supported for years because like they no longer agree with the people that are still in that group. And I'm like, you shouldn't do that. Like it's like it's beyond you. You don't know. You know a partial truth, but you don't know the whole truth. And no matter what media puts out, it's never the whole 100% truth. So you never truly know what happened. And you'll see people, oh, well, I know I'm tight with so-and-so and so-and-so. No, you don't. Were you in the room? Were you on the bus? Did you do the time? No, you didn't. So like, I laugh at people when they talk about that. They know. And they're like,
well, there's, I mean, this is something that I think has definitely gotten more full on with, as you know, social media became more ubiquitous over the years, is the parasocial relationships, right? Like, yes, it's allowed to, in certain elements, bands and fans to connect more directly, but that's also led to more certain parts of the fan base getting this idea that, like you said, they get this idea in their head that they know the band, or that they're, you know, that there's this friendship or relationship there when there's really not. And, you know,
Grady said it to me best. People, like, you'll come across good people, and I'm not saying that. You will find people that you will bring into the fold. But
and that's most of them, I think. That's most fans on social media.
But most people in person have an agenda. And like Gravy flat told me, he said, never leave your mask laying. I'm like, why? He goes, they'll steal it before you even realize what happened. He goes, they'll be good to you, and then when they get the chance, they'll take anything they can get, or they're looking for a way in. And I hate to say that people are parasitic like that, but they are. Like people are your best friend. Jelly Roll said it best the other day. He goes, people are your best friend until you say no, and then you find out who your true friends are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's sad that you have to treat people that way, because I love everybody and I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but there's this part of me, like there's a hands, and like you can get this close, and then I've got to have this for me and my family. And that's like, because like I don't need everybody knowing if my kids fail in algebra. You know, it's like there has to be some sort of. But you know what I'm saying? It's like
Absolutely.
There needs. There, like it's part of the mystique. You can't know everything about what the band's going to do, and you can't know everything about what the band's about. You got to know everything that's, you know, like that we give you. But there's certain things that you don't need to be privy to. There's certain things that you don't need, like, because it'll distort your vision of what we're trying to do, which is entertain you. And deep down, that's really what we're trying to do, is entertain you. Like, because you're buying the ticket, you're buying the album, you're streaming the album, and you're being entertained by it. That's really it. This whole thing of like making bands bigger than that, I don't get it. Like this whole social media presence and what do they call them? Entourages.
Yeah. I think it's more so to the point of people just want to be personalized with them. When a musician, especially music, when it touches you so hard, you automatically feel that relation. It's like that person, you know, that person's felt what I felt, you know, they know what I'm like, and it doesn't always translate to that.
No, it doesn't.
You know, and you know, I guess this is where that stalkerish behavior comes into it and stuff like that, where people just obsess over it, and
it scares you.
it's like getting with that really, really overly pretty girl. She looks amazing, and then you get to know her, and it's like, ooh, I don't think I wanted to see. I don't think I wanted to see what was behind the curtain here. I think I was happy with this facade.
You went from a 10 to a 4.5.
Yeah, yeah.
Real quick. I know what you're talking, and it ruins it for people. You never meet your heroes. Like I like never meet your heroes. And people, like, I try to give people, like, if you meet me, I want to treat you like if you was across the fence right there and you asked me for a cup of sugar, I'm going to be that guy, you know. And I was brought up that way to treat people the way I want to be treated. I want to be treated as your neighbor. You know, it's like, hey buddy, how you doing? Granted, I'm gonna have a bad day every once in a while. I'm gonna get the fuck away from me, you know. But is it that everybody? Have you not had that morning where you got a call and you woke up and stepped in dog shit and your coffee was burnt and everything just went wrong, and you're gonna come across people like that, and then you get like, he's a dick, you know. It's just all that. So I like here lately I had been very less involved with social media because I've got to the point where I don't want people to know who I am anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that I'm gonna give you AKC, enjoy it.
Yeah,
and if I pop on and go live, that's it.
Yeah.
And it makes it more special when you do those things on the internet and do them live and stuff like that, because you're not just trying to flood the market with your face all the time.
I don't want, like, Julie runs the AKC and my page, and she does a damn good job of it. Like, if you keep up my social media, like, Julie will keep you informed when it goes on. But when it comes to my live videos that I used to do, they're very few and far between. I just don't put myself out there because I just find it's clickbait, and I find it, like, out of taste. It's just, you know, it's like people wonder why they get internet famous, and then they try to go do something in a club or a arena or some like a Comic Con or something, and nobody shows up. That's because they just click on it every day and don't have to pay for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm not trying to be like, well, I got to get paid to be seen. I'm saying
no, of course.
But back in the day, there's a difference between being pre-internet famous and being internet famous. Like, if you got like some sort of fame before the internet, you got more clout when it comes to like booking shows and stuff like that. But if you got famous on the internet and you just became a YouTuber or whatever, it's really hard to translate that into ticket sales and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that's when you get these people organising these really poor events. I'm pretty sure there was one YouTuber that did it a couple of years ago. Half-assed this event out, sold way too many tickets, oversold the event. The promoter that they used was just no good. And next thing you know, the whole thing goes to shambles and her career's done. Over
that's how it works.
One poor piece of probably poor advice from.
I wasn't worried about this with this right here. This turned into amazing. But like you got to imagine, like, when you're being reached out from a country that's a world away, you know, it's like you got to know the logistics, because like I can't just go home. Does that make sense? I'm there no matter what.
Like, that's it. Once you land, the show's going.
It's going, but also it's the professionalism. Like, Joel has been nothing but 100 stand up. You know, like, good guy. He's earned my trust on this. You know, it's like nothing bad, nothing shady. But it's like I said, it's like, but that trust is earned, not given, and he's earned it. Like, he stood behind his word. He's done what he said. He's said what he's done, and I can't. But like, you have to be careful with that, because like you'll have promoters, people hit you up. You know, the worst things that ever hit you up is the people that are saying they're dying, and somebody's sick, and they're not, and you would not believe how many people ask for money for these type of situations, and you want to give, but because of a certain few bad apples, you have to look, and you have to like make sure this is true, because but it's what they call it, catfishing.
Mhm.
You know, it's like you live on this fake persona, and Julie gets them all the time. You know, just like I had another one I had to block. You know, it's just like she'll tell me about it. I'm like, God, and I'm like, thank God I'm not dealing with that, because like you show me something sad, I'm like, oh, there you go. You know,
Yeah, I'm a
I
soft
can't
touch.
help it, man.
Yeah.
But you know, but that's the world we live in.
That's
It's
amazing.
a real,
That's
real bad thing.
crazy.
People take advantage of stuff. Something like that.
And they do all the time. I don't know how it is here, but they do where people follow panhandlers around here that acting like they're disabled and just like begging for money, saying they're blind or saying they're crippled and can't walk, and then they'll follow them, and then they just get up and get into a nice car, and they've been sitting there begging all day, acting like they're blind or acting like they got some bad disease, and sit there and collect thousands of dollars a day, and they're making more money than all of us.
Wow.
You know, like think about it. If you're making $30,000 a month, you collect $1,000 a day, begging off people because you said that something's wrong with you.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Must be hard to sleep on all those big piles of money.
No, they're not at all. They're all looking at us like we're a bunch of idiots.
No, look, honestly, it takes a special kind of you're missing some special chemical in your brain if you can't feel guilt for ripping people off like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a sucker born every minute, but there shouldn't be this whole thing of trying to take advantage of them all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's a special place in hell for those people.
Absolutely.
There's a pineapple and Hitler. And
Little Nicky, I love it.
It does.
Yeah.
You're gonna take this one because that's what you did your entire life. You just screwed people over. So we're gonna screw you the pineapple every day at 4:00. Right there. That's like one of my favorite scenes in the movie ever.
It's so
like,
funny when he walks
just
in the little the maid's outfit and they make him pick his own pineapple.
Yeah, he picks the littlest one. He goes,
Try again,
and he pulls a big. Goes, you're snittiest.
So I wanted to ask, because you're bringing, obviously your drummer's coming over with you.
Yes.
For this run of shows there. Are the other guys in Killer's Confession a little bit jealous that they're not coming along for this one?
A little bit. You know, it was just financially, it wouldn't work. Everybody had to pay out of their own pocket to get there. Yeah. And it wasn't just logistically to bring a killer. But this is to bring a Killer's Confession back. Yeah. This is the groundwork.
Oh yeah,
to
baby.
Like to get where you guys are going to get a full AKC set.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, understand this is the one and only time I'm ever doing this Mushroom stuff. So don't ask again, because I don't do them at AKC shows. I like, because people are starting to ask that. It's like, does he do this normally? And everybody's like, no, I don't. I've got, you know, almost 40 songs to choose from in the Killer's Confession. I don't really need to go back into my old catalog and pull those stuff out. So,
especially when you got a new album coming out too.
Exactly. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that I used to play is going to go bye-bye too. It's like, I'm going to be pushing this new sound and everything.
New stuff, yeah.
So it's going to be sort of like a rebirth of a Killer's Confession, new format.
Oh, yeah, totally
2.0.
rebranding. Yeah, it's a total rebranding of the band. That's why the makeup's back, the mask are back. That's why, you know, it's a darker AKC. It's a more focused AKC, but there's a meaning behind it.
Yes.
Please say you're bringing that hat out to Australia.
Oh, well, I know. Yeah, we're gonna those t-shirts are gonna sell, man. They're gonna sell real quick.
I'm bringing I think 100 hats, and that's it.
Oh, I'm scoring one of them hats. I'm at night
hats.
one. I'm at night one. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll
be at night one.
So you're saying I should split up, do 50 of these and 50 of the AKCs?
Oh, that means I'm coming home with 2 hats.
The AKC's the AKC logo right in the middle. It's the same as that. Yeah. I'll put in a few of these because I don't think we planned on bringing that one. I just picked it up, but like, I'll make sure there's a couple in there.
Oh, I'm getting one. Make sure there's one for Kyle.
We definitely, Well, because I mean, night one in Sydney, Kyle's going to be at that one for sure. He's going to be getting some footage, and we're going to do the next night after that on the podcast. We're going to be showing the footage. We're going to be talking about everything, and it's just like we're so excited to be able to talk about it
And be
like,
involved.
and be involved and like see it with our own eyes and be able to just report back, because like,
Well, see, I think the reason we're not bringing this, I'm going to put a few of these hats in there, but everything is that we're bringing. It's patches, stickers, and it's all Say the Kid. And so I think the reason Julie put the hats in, they're just AKC, in case somebody just didn't want to have another one of
no,
those.
that's very fair. That's very, very fair.
But I think I might throw a few in there, be like, yeah, just throw a few in there, and I'll see what I can do, guys.
Yeah, I think they'll be gone after the Sydney show for sure. Like that's just
well, honestly, I
get
don't
snapped up.
know. I have limited stuff. I didn't do that much. I got to see how it's going to do, because you don't want to go down there and over order, and then A be in the hole. I think I did only like 200 shirts for the entire tour, and but I mean the people are there and they're saying, well, okay, if you do this, we'll do more, because I mean we're doing these small clubs. I don't know how it's going to be, in America. I can't keep it, but I don't know how it's going to be in another country.
Of course.
If somebody's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's saying that,"
anyone here says that, they're probably going to end up going home in an ambo. Oh, I can't believe you're wearing that shirt. That's disgusting. What's so disgusting?
Well, no, I'm
about
serious.
it?
I've had a few people walk up to Julie and been like, "I can't believe you say something so disgusting." I'm like, what? Yeah. I mean, you see the confusion on my face. I'm like, so you don't like somebody taking up for your kids, do you? And they're like, and I'm like, and then the fans are the ones that shun them. Like, it's like, because the fans will hear it going on, and I'll just see Julie start laughing. I'm like, what's going on? She goes, yeah, that was another one. But I mean, you understand, they're few and far between, but there are people out there that's like, that is disgusting.
Well,
I can't believe you'd say that.
It's like, I've got a shirt that's got says racist lives don't matter.
Uh-huh.
And it's got like a Klansman being hung on it.
Yeah.
And like, oh look, when I wear it out, and I'm a little like, sometimes when I wear it, depending on where I'm going, I'm like, okay, the only concern I have wearing that shirt is that someone's gonna see the Klansman on it and they're just gonna see the Klansman. They're not gonna see like the full thing, and then someone's going to have a go at me for wearing that. And then but I love it, because if anyone gets angry about it, they're outing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
if someone gets angry about a shirt like that, it's like,
who are you defending?
You're telling on yourself. Like you're defending people that are not worth defending. So
it's like, who are you protecting? Who do you know that was on the plane log?
Yeah.
Who do you know? It's like we need to have a serious conversation with the axe and behind the shed, and we can go do this, because and that's the thing, is like we're I'm gonna bring that down, and like I said, I got patches, stickers, I got posters that'll be for sale with the old Mushroom Head look, like the old me. They're signed, everything's signed, and then the T-shirts. And I'm only bringing the one T-shirt and those hats. And what? Anything else, Mama? And we had to put a few of those hats in there because they want the hat too.
Yes, getting one.
All right.
Getting one.
All right, Kyle, I might get you to grab me one of those at the Sydney show.
100%. They're going to go. They're going to go by the time you get to Brisbane, man. No, yeah.
You hear these guys? They're saying this stuff's going to go, Mama. I hope so. I don't want to call back to the guys. Y'all have to take it all.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm trying to play smart. I don't want to just come down and have like what I have here, because what I have here is like I'm constantly working. Well, like everything that I had made other than the hats has been made in Australia. Like I had it all. I had it made there, so that it was made in your country, and like I totally did everything. Like, so I'm not bringing it. I'm actually having it made there. And so if I do sell out, I can have it made there. So that's good on you. I'm supporting local businesses
industry,
there.
And it worked for the exchange rate too as well. That exchange rate would have been nice.
Oh, dude, like I hate to say it, guys, y'all bent me over on the price.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Oof.
Oh, you hear my wife? Yeah, bad.
Well, it's-
Yeah, it's weird. It's I think
I had to pay-
the economies
I
of
had to pay
scale.
I had to pay $6 more a shirt.
Yeah, the economies of
Per
scale
shirt.
are not great over here because usually you're not ordering as much in one go, and it's like a whole thing, and it's
and then we have to get up outsourcing half the stuff from overseas anyway.
yeah.
But I did support local, and I did have to pay $6 more a shirt than I pay here in America.
There you go. So no one better bitch about the price of the shirts.
Nobody can bitch.
No one better bitch about the price of the shirts.
You saw it here.
How much?
first.
Should I go and tell them how much it's going to be? The shirts will be $40 US, which I think is like 60.
Yeah, something like
65,
that.
68.
Yeah.
62. 62.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So they're 40 American, but that's just because that's how I sell stuff here. But like I had to pay that much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's some of the pricing on it's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I usually sell it for 30 American. It's just usually $30 American, but that much of a.
Oh man, that extra will kill you. That extra's going to kill you for sure.
Yeah.
I want to tell you how we're going to accept credit cards there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So how we can, what I'm doing and what Julie is doing right now, we're doing a test run. We're trying to make this work. We prefer if you have cash, that'll work. But like knowing how today's society works, what you're going to do is I'm going to have cards there, and you're going to go directly to my store, and you're going to buy it there because we're having a hard time doing American transactions like this right here. So you'll buy it from us, and there'll be no shipping, and you'll pay for it right there. And you show us the receipt, and I hand you the.
Okay.
Good idea.
That's cool.
The good thing about the first venue
I totally
is
take that up. No, it's like, why don't they just order from the store and we just take off the shipping? But it'll be called the Australian shirt and the Australian New Zealand hat sticker. So you'll be able to order all that
mad.
like, right there and get your merchandise right there. But you'll order it right there on.
That's handy to know. That's handy to know
That's a
both
really
for the
good
fans
idea.
and for me.
We're
Because I'm
working
going to be
that out
doing
right now.
I'm going to be doing merch for like 3 of the shows. So there you go.
Well, I'm going to make sure that people understand that it's like we do accept PayPal. You throw a PayPal. Well, I'll have the PayPal link. You just pay the PayPal right there. So for cashless transactions, which is it's like try to make it as minimal as possible, and you'll get your merchandise right there.
Well, lucky all the venues that you're playing in, and due to our high gambling problems that we have in Australia, pretty much every venue you should be playing at will have an ATM.
Oh,
Yeah. They'll all have.
I want to make this easy, so like people who didn't want to do that, they can totally
But having that option is a great idea.
And it's like it makes it easier with me too because I don't want to be running around with
large amounts
cash.
of money on you. Yeah.
I don't like, and I'm not being any certain way. It's just like who wants to do that?
No.
Like, honestly,
And it's even going to be a prick when you go back on the plane and try and get that home. It's just a whole thing.
So I'd rather like people to order. Like we're working this out right now. We're trying to get it done, but we are going to make it simple. It's like all you got to do is go here, use your phone, go to the link, pick what you want, order it right there, done.
Easy.
And that will have total of like how many we have too. So like it'll keep track of it. So like I would honestly prefer it all be done like that, like no cash at all. I would rather not. Because it's like I want to give my wife my cash. I'm a husband. I'm not supposed to have money. So like just give it to her.
That's it. I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I got kids and stuff. It's like what people look at it like, oh, you got the best life. It's like I do this to take care of my family, and
It's still a job.
You see behind me, I'm taking care of this.
Yeah.
I don't have a mansion. I live very modestly. But my job is to take care of my family and make sure they eat and they have power and they have everything they need. And then Dad sits in the basement and plays Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I think
people forget about that, eh?
Yeah. Well, I think Jared from Head PE actually says it best. He's like blue collar musicians.
Yes,
like
very much so.
You're not out here, like you're out there, and when you're in the US, I know that a lot of it's like on the tour, like on the vans and the buses, right? Like you're not flying, you're not jet setting around on private jets or none of that shit. You're out there doing the hard work, doing the hard yards. You're driving the roads because that's how you're doing it. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not like, you're not like living large. You're not taking people's stuff. And this is the thing. Like I think people overestimate the amount of bands that are able to that get to that level. Like they see, especially here in Australia, right? Because we get bands over here.
They're all big.
They might come, they might come out like once every few years, right? So when they do it, they want to do it big, and so you'll have bands come out here that'll do like, 5,000, 10,000 in a city, but when they're in the US, like they couldn't do that.
No,
It's
I
they
think,
can
I
only,
think I'm one of those. I'm like doing one of the smaller like club thing,
yeah.
and I'm down with that. Like I love the intimate setting. I like it. I love to be up in your face. Like when I did Soundwave, that was great. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah.
I would do it every day. Do not take it thinking I wouldn't. But the fact is, like, you will get a better performance out of me here.
I think you're really, really gonna like the Sydney venue.
Crowbar. You're gonna
Crowbar.
love it.
It's like,
Is that night one?
That's the first one. Yeah. That's the first one. It used to be, like.
What do? Okay, hold on.
But,
what do I want to eat when I get to Sydney? Because I'm not having KFC.
Okay.
no.
Do you want some authentic Australian cuisine?
Yes, I do.
You want a kebab?
Yes, I do.
You want to go get a kebab?
Okay.
Which I think what we call kebabs, you guys call shawarma. So it's like they have it on they cut like it's a big thing and they slice it off and no, kebabs are.
What they do is they get this big bit of pita bread, and they got this giant meat spinning on a stick that heats up, and
you're talking about
like a gyros but bigger.
Euro, it's not a euro, but gyro.
Yeah,
Similar thing, yeah.
Gyro, okay.
You're gonna want a 4 and 20 pie.
Kebab.
You're gonna want a 4 and 20 pie, but you're gonna want that after your set, never before.
What is it?
It's just a big
it's a
dirty meat pie.
It's a meat pie about that big.
They're
Mince
amazing.
Now, I have my mate Bo coming with me, and Bo, I met Bo years ago. He comes to the state on holiday, and I met him at a Halloween show in like 2011, and we have been friends. And he is going on holiday, and he's riding with me everywhere. So like I'll actually have a local with me at all times, making sure that and he knows I want my eggs and beans like that.
Yeah.
Is like I have learned that is my favorite breakfast.
Trust Bo's recommendations then.
Yeah.
Because if he's a local, he will know. Some of them might seem weird, but trust me, you just try them.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. And my drummer is being forced to eat a Vegemite sandwich.
Yes.
I'll make it for him. I'll make it for him on night one. I'll make it so it's made properly.
No. It can't be proper the first time.
Oh no!
Oh, you want to?
It's got to be done like peanut butter. And you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not going to be able to watch. He's got to go, why is this Australian dry heaving? I'm going to be going, don't add it.
But that's the thing. They did it to me when I was at Soundwave. They're like, no, you cannot come here and not have a Vegemite sandwich.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we are setting up a little care package thing for you and Anders.
For yourself and
So
Anders.
what kind of candies? What kind of candies do I want when I'm down there? Because
hit Allen's. Allen's is our Australian brand. Allen's Lollies. They're an or the natural confectionery company.
Do you guys have Cadbury there?
Yeah. What you want to do? If you got the opportunities, go to just a supermarket, right? Just like Coles or Woolworths supermarket, and just go to the
confectionery
aisle, and just have a look in there and see what you can find. Because I know for me, like whenever I've been to America, it's like I like going there to find the stuff that we don't get here, right? Because you got like M&Ms, and then you got like peanut ones and crispy ones, and occasionally you'll get like an extra flavor or something but usually we kind of just have those three.
You never get like the almond M&Ms or anything like that.
Very rarely. Like we have to go to
that special edition one.
We have to go to like to get a lot of that stuff. Normally here we'd have to go to like
specialty shops.
A candy store that stocks American candy specifically.
And then they overprice. It's like $5 for a packet of M&Ms or something like that.
Yeah, but I did find a
How much does a Coke go for right now down there?
$3
a bottle of Coca-Cola.
$3?
And a couple of dollars, $3 thereabouts.
That ain't bad. That's about the same here. Like I remember you used to get a can of Coke for 25 cents.
Oh no, we have absorbent laws against sugar, like our government. Look, because we run off a free healthcare system and
Yeah.
our healthcare is provided for us, the government tends to step its toes a lot into what they prefer us to eat
Not to
and do.
So yeah,
Because obviously when you do eat a lot of that processed and sugary shit, further on down the track, it puts a strain on the medical system that the government
so
pays for.
yeah.
Touche,
So they tax a
touche.
lot of sugary stuff. There's very high taxes on like alcohol and cigarettes and
Yeah.
things like that because they try and discourage.
Well, I like that's the thing. I'm
Thanks.
not going to be smoking one
So-
another. During Soundwave, I brought a carton of Camels from here in America, which I paid probably $40 for, and then I ended up spending like $280 more bringing them into the country.
Yeah. What you're
I had to
best
pay-
off doing is when you land, grab them duty free. So you can go to the
Mhm.
duty free store, grab them duty free. You'll get them a lot cheaper,
Okay.
and that can sort of just that can be your one carton for the tour, and then
Yeah.
I can try.
Well, honestly, I'm trying to quit, and I'm going to try to use this because my doctor just gave me a patch because, like I said, I've just got a bronchitis, and I kind of want to quit, but at the same time, I want to use this.
yeah,
as a
I'll
treatment.
sort you
You
out.
know
I'll
what I'm saying?
have something there for you
Yeah.
for night one.
Okay, because like I'm gonna have my nicotine patch on and stuff because I'm gonna try to use that to but like I'm gonna try to like stay away from cigarettes. While I'm
My
down there.
suggestion
I'm
is-
use this as a good thing for me.
Are
It's
you
a good thing.
Are you a dreamer?
A dreamer.
Like, do you when you sleep, do you dream a lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do
lot.
you wear the patch while you sleep?
No.
Do
no.
not fall asleep with the patch on. Your dreams will go haywire.
Mine already are.
Yeah,
Like, I'm dreaming about
that's what I'm
zombies and
saying.
shit.
That's what I'm saying though. If you wear the patch while
Like-
you're sleeping, it's worse.
My dreams are mainly in a zombie apocalypse or in the past. Like I will have dreams of reliving things that happened that I forgot about.
Oh, wow.
So it's like super deja vu shit. I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, that really happened, but I just dreamed it. And like Julie be like, you had a conversation with Skinny while you were sleeping, and I'm like, did I? Yeah, like seriously.
Yeah.
Like I will dream about, or that or a zombie apocalypse. I'd like totally have a phobia of zombies. Like as weird as that sounds, I am deathly afraid of a zombie. Like totally
To
scared.
be fair,
shit.
if I saw one, I would be too.
Yeah, well,
But
okay.
actually-
Do you remember Return of the Living Dead 2?
Oh yeah.
I remember in the zombies talked and stuff. My mom was like total pansy. Would rent these movies, and we were young. I'm talking about 6, 7 years old. She would hide her eyes under a blanket and make us tell her what was going on the TV. Hey, this brain.
Oh no. No.
Keep watching. Tell me what's happening. I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
That
Mom
explains a
totally-
lot.
Totally not watching it, making me watch it. And now I'm 45 years old, going like I could play Resident Evil, any kind of zombie game I can play because I've got the gun. I can make sure that I'm all right, but I cannot watch any zombie film because they're all idiots.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know, so it's like get away, run, you dumbass, leave on the.
I think Zombieland was the best as far
it is.
because it gave you like the guy gave you
All the
steps on how
rules,
he's
yeah.
the rules. It's just like common sense when he does the
Follow
big
the
circle.
rules, you're gonna live.
When he does the big circle in the gate, like it's the first scene he
Cardio.
does. Yeah, he does the big circle in the bloody in the petrol station. Such
I love
so
part two with the homers. Like they call they're totally like ripping the Simpsons, but they call them the homers. They're just dumbest dumb cums.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. I'll have dreams about zombies
Oh wow.
and just all kinds of crazy stuff. Like vampires don't bother me. Werewolves don't. Only thing that really bothers me is demons because of the Vatican and the real exorcisms. I've like actually read into that. It's pretty fucking weird shit. And zombies. Those are the two things that actually I think that might happen.
So, all right. Obviously, you're going to be doing so much like running around already for this tour while you're over here. You're not going to have a lot of time to really do much else, right? Like you're going to be crazy busy with this tour. Is there anything outside of the tour that you're looking forward to about coming to Australia?
Just going to the sanctuary and seeing the animals.
Oh,
Yeah.
have you got any lined up?
I do believe we do have one lined up for me. so I can go see my platypus. Like, I'm all about the platypus. I know it's poisonous, but it's so effing cute. The first time I seen one, I was like, I want it. Like, it's like a bulldog. It's so ugly that it's adorable. And
and they're a lot smaller than you expect as well.
Yeah, well, I thought it was gonna be like the size of a beaver, and it was like that. And I'm like, little guy. Oh, I put him in the bathtub. Just swim. He's so cute. And they're like, it's poisonous. And I'm like, oh.
It's like one claw on their back leg.
It's the male.
It's only the males.
It's got a spur on the back leg there.
And they say it won't kill you, but it'll make you sick. Yeah, it will. Sick comes. And I know I can't touch koalas. I know what's wrong with them. I don't know who did it. But when I found out the koalas had chlamydia, I was like, how do you explain this?
Yeah. Did we tell you that on the last stream?
No. I found that out when I was down there the last time. Because he was asleep. And she was explaining how it was deadly to him. And it was like they're trying to help him and stuff. And they're like, yeah, it has chlamydia. And I'm like, he's got what? And he woke up and grabbed me. And I was like, how am I supposed to explain this? I got chlamydia from a koala. As cute as they are, it's like, stay away from me. It's like I don't know who did what, and I don't want to know how. But, it's like they're so adorable, and it really bothers me. And then I want to see all the snakes, and I want to see a crocodile. I want to see a big one too. I want because we got gators here. And when I lived in Florida, I would golf, and I'd see their head poked up, and I'll throw a rock or something to get its attention, and just how quick and mean those dinosaurs are, because they're dinosaurs. Like you see one in action, it's a dinosaur.
Mm.
Yeah, no,
so I want to see that. Like the animals are more important to me than anything.
They get some pretty big crocs over here. They do.
Like, did you see any like on just like a everyday like?
No.
Not areas that we are, no.
We're in mainly like Northern Territory, Queensland and stuff like that, a bit warmer, a bit more coastal. They actually have it campsites. So what the crocs will do is, if there's a campsite nearby, they'll sit near the campsite and they'll just watch you. And they'll spend 2 or 3 days. They'll sit there and watch. And if you keep going back to the same spot for water, they'll sit there. And then they'll grab you.
Oh no!
Yeah, like there's heaps of places up on the coast where you can't. They just say don't swim, and there's actually a beach because we get saltwater crocs here too. There's a beach you go out on the beach. They say don't go out at night because if you go out, you might think you might sit on a log, and it's not a log.
Oh.
But I think that's more like Western Australia.
That's like way up in the more tropical areas for sure.
The last time I was there, I had an opportunity. It fell through to go swim with the great whites in the cage, and I was all about doing that. Like I feel like that's going to be looking at death in the face. You see them black eyes, and you will find out nature at its finest.
You haven't seen the ones where they break through the cages, have you?
Oh yeah. I'm willing to take that risk.
There's a place, I'm pretty sure there's a place in the Northern Territory, right, where they put you in a giant tube. It's a clear tube. And they drop you in a tank filled with crocodiles.
And feed them?
They feed them. And you're just in this like Pyrex tube, this unbreakable tube thing, and you just watch them around you.
I do that too.
Yeah, I'd do that. I would never do the sharks. I used to have reoccurring dreams as a kid getting eaten by a great white. I can't. I only go, when I go to the beach, I only go up to my nipples and that's it.
Well, when I first went, I took a dip in the Atlantic, Pacific, and the Indian. I've got the Arctic Ocean left, and I have swam in all 4 oceans. I've only got to go to the Arctic to do that. When I first went to the Pacific Ocean, it was in a place called San Clemente, and they have a seal rock. And as long as the seals are jumping on that rock, you know where the sharks are at. I could not help myself, and I was like, you wouldn't go. And I kept trying to open the water so I could see if anything was below me, just totally freaking me out. And I'm from the the east coast of America, so we have bull sharks, tiger sharks, hammerheads over here. And the bull shark's actually more aggressive than the great white.
Yeah,
like
we have more issue with bull sharks.
You don't mess with that one. That one's like full of testosterone and will F you up. And we were, how do I say this without like being, we were a little bit altered. Like we bent our reality one night in Florida when I would first join Mushroom Head. We were eating some magic
Fungi
pizzas. Yeah, and we were eating those, and we ended up in the ocean that night, and with bull sharks and stuff. And I don't know how we got away with doing this, but like if it had happened, none of us would have known. It was like that.
All I can see is that opening scene of Jaws where that chick goes out swimming.
But like I've been in the water in Jamaica. And a tiger shark. We were snorkeling, and I seen all the fish, like, because they're all colorful and they're beautiful, and just all of a sudden, just everything disappeared. Man. Everything went bye-bye, and everybody around me disappeared too. And there's a guy on the tour that has he's got a spear gun. He comes down, he swims down to where I'm at, and because I'm down under, because I had learned how to make that bubble where I could breathe through the tube and go down, and I swam down. And I remember just kind of like that on my back. He like took his hand, and he was smacking me, and I look back, and I see that spear, and he does this, and he's pointing down like probably 20 feet below me, and just this 10-foot shark just, and I learned I could have been an Olympic swimmer at that moment. Like I think I could have ran on water as fast as I got out of that water. Like dude, I turned around and darted. Like, it was so much bigger than me. Just this big, dark, mass just come through. But I should have been more aware of my surroundings when all the life disappeared.
Mm.
That's always a sign.
It's like when the birds stop tweeting.
When it's too quiet, that's it. Like,
man, you should honestly come down just for no music, just a holiday.
Yes.
And just come see the animals, because there are some spots. Like my brother just came back from a spot. It's just, I can't remember where it is, a little beach near Narooma. And you can feed the stingrays. And they can't, like, it's not like some touristy thing where someone's making money off it or anything like that. It started off when the settlers were there or whatever. Blokes used to fish off this part and then throw all their fish guts and stuff back into the water.
Yeah.
And over time, these stingrays have learned, we go back here, we get food. So every day at the same time, they swim up and people can go down there. You can pat them. Mate, there was this one, it was 2.5 meters wide.
Wow.
And yeah, you and your wife, and bring the kids down, you'd have a blast down here just having a holiday and just going to see animals and just doing all the touristy
Steve, now that's
shit.
what I'm all about. I love that. Like now, Steve Irwin, like he have a preserve down there too?
Yeah, he's got
there's
2
Australia
zoos.
Zoo. Yeah, there's Australia Zoo, which is a little bit north of where I'm at.
Doesn't his son run it? His wife,
his family run it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see them on TV all the time, and that makes me so like they made a lot of jokes with Steve Irwin, but I loved him. Like I thought he was like, dude, you were great.
Like I went down there. I went there not long after I moved up to Queensland, and it's nice. Like it's really nice down there. So it's well worth making that a stop on your tour, on your holiday if you would come out for a holiday at any stage.
I think there's one in Sydney called Dubbo Zoo, and you can actually
that's out west. Yeah,
that's it. Like that's in the country, probably 4 or 5 hours inland of Sydney, and you can actually stay at the zoo. Like they have a little cabin set up, and you can stay in the zoo, and then you can do the giraffe feeding first thing in the morning, and
And that zoo's actually a bit more special because it used to be called, before there was like a change in ownership, they actually used to call it Open Plains Zoo because they used like a slightly different setup for a lot of their stuff. So rather than having like bars and cages and stuff for these animals, the exhibit areas tend to be bigger, and they'll have like a ditch, like a big like ditch separating that from the people. So there's less like glass or bars that you've got to look through to see these animals, and there's just more you're just kind of like looking at them in their native environment, in their like native, but like in a simulacrum of their native environment a little bit.
Now, here's a question. What animal do I need, like insect, do I need to be like mindful of when I'm there?
Sydney funnel web.
Okay, where shall I look for this?
You won't see them. If you see one, that means they're upset or they're disturbed, because normally they live in burrows and stuff like that. It's very rare that you see them. Just don't go sticking your fingers in any holes in walls or anything like that.
Okay.
So you want to watch out for like, or if there's like a pile of stuff.
Don't
like
go
a
shoving your hands in there.
pile of like firewood or a pile of like rubbish or something. Don't go sticking your hand in it. Just kind of stay away, because there could be like funnel webs or snakes you could potentially get in there.
But you won't really see much of that.
You won't too much. Not too much of the areas you're going, really. The only other thing to keep an eye out for, I guess, is going to be maybe redback spiders might be a little bit of a thing.
They just make you sick, but they won't kill
They're like, I think they're similar to like black widow spiders, like you guys get over there.
But, we have black widows and brown recluse.
So you just want to watch out, really. But
if honestly, it's black and it stands up and looks at you like this.
What about snakes? Like in the toilets and stuff like that?
No.
The areas you're going, you'll probably be mostly okay. Like there shouldn't be too much. I think Toowoomba, you might be the most rural area you're going to.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about anything.
But
like
it's still going to be all right. It's still going to be okay. Like you should be fine.
I think the biggest problem you're going to have to deal with while you're in Australia is a subset group of drunk moranis. The one animal you're just going to have to be worried about. Drunk moranis, drunk moron.
Drunk moranis. Okay. Because I remember the first night when I landed in Sydney and they had the bats.
Oh yeah, they're
fruit
bats.
They're fruit bats.
I hadn't heard about them. Like my wife the other day, we was outside, and one little American bat. American bat ain't no bigger than this. You guys got pterodactyls.
Yeah, but you guys got rabies.
Oh yeah, we got rabies.
Yeah, we don't.
Even just the other night, like I went outside to turn the sprinkler off on the lawn or something, and I just hear a tree rustle, and it's just like. And you look over and it's like that much of a wingspan on the thing flying around.
It's like the size of my Frenchie. It's like my Frenchie's body with a 8-foot wingspan on it.
Man, and that's the crazy thing with Raph's dead serious. You can hear them things flapping at night.
Yeah.
It's cool. Wait till you see the Harbour Bridge at night. Because the bats, because they got such big lights on the Harbour Bridge, there's a lot of bugs that hang around there. So at night, the bats just circle it. It looks amazing. It looks like something out of Batman. It's amazing.
No, I'm down for that.
Going back to the spiders, though, like the spiders that you're likely to see are probably going to be
Huntsman.
Not the venomous ones.
Okay.
So if you see them, they're either going to be a wolf spider or a huntsman.
Yeah.
Which they can get pretty sizable. I've seen they can get like the size of your hand.
Yeah, have you seen the one where the bloke didn't kill the huntsman that was in his house, and he actually kept feeding it and stuff like that. The things like this, and it takes out mice.
Yeah.
And it knows who he is.
Yeah, it knows it's his house guest.
It's the spider's house now. But just if you see any, that's the ones you're likely to see, because usually the venomous ones,
they don't want
you don't see them. You don't see them. Like if you get but like you're probably all right. Like the areas you're going, it's not going to be too bad. So we mentioned the Toowoomba show there as well. That's going to be a very special show. That's going to be a tribute show in a sense to a very special like heavy metal fan from out that way. So I feel really, really bad that I cannot remember his name. I know Anders has shared a thing about it, so I'm going to try and pull that up real quick.
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a tribute there. Now I'm going to dig it out. So it's gentleman by the name of Mitch Fletcher. He was a disabled gentleman. He was a disabled fella out at Toowoomba, but he was always showing up at metal shows. He was all like in the pit in his wheelchair doing burnouts
Oh,
and
no
donuts,
shit.
everything in there. Like he was going hard, and so they've sort of decided to make that Toowoomba show a little bit of a tribute to him. So
Okay.
that's going to be very, very special, and people are going to be showing up for that one. So that's going to be really, really nice.
And did he pass away?
He did unfortunately pass away. Yeah.
Of what?
I'm not entirely sure exactly what it is. What it was.
Mitch
that he was
Fletcher.
doing.
Okay.
Mitch Fletcher. Yeah. If you talk to I know that. Yeah. If you talk to some of the guys in the bands here, they'll be able to tell you a bit more about it. I didn't know the guy. I'm not too familiar.
Well, nobody said
myself,
anything to me that was a tribute show or anything like that. So
yeah, I think that's
finding out.
I think that's developed into being a tribute show kind of after the fact. But yeah, talk to the guys once you get over here. Make inquiries with them about that. They'll be able to tell you a lot more about Mitch. But I know there's sort of some tribute stuff happening there, and some of the proceeds I think go into his family and things like that. So that one's going to be super duper special. And look, we might wrap this up because it's we've taken so much of your time already. But look,
I enjoyed being on the podcast.
Oh man, that makes us so happy, dude.
Really appreciate
I'm gonna
that.
blush.
We always have a great conversation, though.
Well, like we do, and it always flows so naturally. Like you're amazing to talk to.
You
got so much to share and so much to love to bring for just life and music, and
it's infectious. I'm keen to go to work now.
Like I said when we had you on immediately after the announcement, it was the vibes were great. Like everyone was so happy about this tour, and I think as it's gotten closer, that's grown. People are so excited for this, and they're really, really anticipating it. Like people have had their tickets from day one that are just like they cannot wait for this show. We are so excited about it because, like we've said, with everyone we've talked to, all the bands on this, they're like talked about when they first heard Mushroom Head, or when they first managed to find Make, Feed, Kill, Repeat somewhere online and find like a digital copy of that, a bootleg copy of it somewhere, and how much because these are the bands that inspired us in a lot of ways. So for us to get this in Australia, to get something so special like this, and we're hoping that we get more stuff off the back of this too. Like that this inspires.
I'm hoping that we do well enough where I can come back with AKC.
Absolutely, I think
that's the whole thing for me is like everybody knows the Mushroom Head stuff. I want to play it, but you don't know. Like a lot of you don't know the AKC stuff. I hope you enjoy the Mushroom Head stuff, and I really do. But I hope you really like. Wow, that's his new stuff. Like I'm hoping it has that effect on everybody.
I think it will. I really think it will. I think people that are not as familiar with Killer's Confession as they should be are going to get like floored.
They are
by the progression in you as a performer and the progression in like this new level that you've brought to everything with the Killer's Confession.
Well, check this out. The first 4 songs of the set, and we'll give this away.
Mm-hmm.
About 1200,
mm-hmm.
and then we'll go straight to Be My Witness, and then we're going straight into Simple Survival, and then we're going straight into Numb. Like off the bat.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's so hectic.
Like it's going from like Witness is the opener of AKC. 1200 was the opener of a lot of Mushroom Head shows when back in the day. So I took those and I was like, boom, right there. And then I took Simple and I put Numb next to it. I was like, this should be interesting because Simple's upbeat. And then Numb's just gonna.
But Numb's so heavy.
It is, dude. But at the same time, it's heavy, but it's not. It's
I know. It sits so well. It doesn't need to have a shit ton of distortion to be heavy.
No, it doesn't. It lyrically, that one's really heavy. Yeah. And that's the opening of the show. Like we're just.
Right. So you're just really coming in and kicking people in the face with that. So
8 days, man. 8 days.
8
days.
It's happening.
I'll be there in 6.
You'll be here in 6. That's so cool.
What day? So you arrive on the Monday?
I arrive on Monday. Yes.
Okay, and then it's straight off the plane, straight to practice. Get settled.
Go to bed and then get up and start this. It's insane. I can't believe it's here. So
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I'm gonna have to
This
try.
is
I'm gonna have to
exciting.
try and sneak in early on the Wednesday show with Dad.
you
Yeah.
come out and say, hey, just be like, wait, I'm here to see Waylon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be in the pub part with me dad first.
Yeah, they'll be around, and I'm sure that Kyle, with you being around, all the other bands are going to be there,
Yeah.
so they'll be able to make sure you go in and you guys can say hi.
Well, I've got to give them the care packages. I've got to give them the Australian care packages.
Yes.
But yeah, look, thank you so much. We're going to wrap this up now, but yeah, we're going to thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and we cannot wait to see you soon. In
person, in
what,
the
8
flesh.
days, 8 days, man.
days.
It's happening.
8 days.
It's happening. All right, thanks everybody.
Hey, we're
We're
back.
back. Thank you so much for watching that, guys. Like, we really appreciate that,
do.
and thank you so much again to Waylon. Like, we have had a blast talking to him both times that we've had him on the podcast, and we hope that maybe we can get him back again in future. Who knows?
Yeah, especially after
That'd
the
be
new
awesome.
album comes out.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm so keen for that album whenever it comes out, man. That's all ready to go. Like, and we've had a chance to listen through it all and hear everything.
And you get to hear a couple of songs if you go to the New Metal Mayhem show.
Yeah, that's it. You go to New Metal Mayhem, you're going to get to hear some of the new songs from Killer's Confession. As you saw right there, he was talking about how they're going to open the setup. So you got the first 4 songs, you know what to listen to. Go to Spotify and listen to those and memorize all the words and everything so you can sing it along nice and loud. And look, but by the next time you see us on this channel, the tour will have started.
Yeah, show 1 would have been done on the Wednesday.
We have spent 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months interviewing all the bands that are going to be on this shit. We have spent 2 months interviewing all the bands, building this up, getting hype for it ourselves, hopefully getting you guys more hype for it, hopefully convincing some of you guys to go out and buy your fucking tickets. And there's nothing left for us to do but enjoy the tour.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're going to get on the back end of this. We've got so much planned. And I mean, realistically, the work for us doesn't stop just because this tour ends. We have more content coming for you with this and Metal Ruse.
Absolutely.
We got work.
Yep, we got plenty of work to do. So basically, so that you guys know what else is coming for us in relation to this, as we said, Kyle's going to be down there at Crowbar on the Wednesday night. So if you're down there, find Kyle, say hi, give him a cheers, get a photo with him.
Get in a video.
Get a high five, get whatever, get in the video. Kyle's going to be videoing some of the show.
Yep.
And we are hoping to have a wrap up, or like not a wrap up necessarily, but like a, hey, this is what the Sydney show was like, pretty much right away after that. So that's going to be coming out real quick.
And if that don't sell out the rest of the tickets, then I haven't done my job.
Well, look, we've done as much as we can do,
Exactly.
I think, in terms of what we're able to do, contribute towards pushing that. But look, and then what we're going to be doing next Thursday is a little bit special. We're not going to have a guest again. We're not going to have a guest that time. What we're going to do is we're going to talk to Kyle about the show.
Yep.
We're going to show some little clips that he took at the show. And we are going to be doing a deep dive into the history of Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat era Slipknot. We're going to go back all the way back to the early 90s, find out where all the guys were, how they were in each other's orbit, how they came together and did Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat, and just what happened around that. How did that album come into being? How did all those guys come into each other's orbit? So that's going to be really cool. If you like your deep dives and your little documentary style things, that's what's in store for you next week.
Slipknot lore.
Slipknot lore, big time. And then a couple of weeks from now, after the tour is finished, we're going to be getting a few people from the support bands on. So we're going to be getting someone from Chaosis, someone from Sin Soto, and someone from Piston Fist to all come on, and we're going to talk to them about how the tour was, their experience of all of that, and just get to share the high coming off the tail end of that. So that's what's coming up for us over the next few weeks here. Over on Metal Ruse, because as we said, we're over on there now, we are going to have some more reaction videos coming up. We've got a few songs lined up we're going to be recording hopefully this weekend. So keep an eye, as we said, go over and subscribe to the Metal Ruse channel, and you'll be able to catch us over there with our reaction videos. Before we go, I realized I was really slack. I missed a gig. That's coming up this weekend that I am ashamed to have missed. So I'm going to tell you guys about it now before we wrap this up. So if you are in and around Western Sydney on Saturday night, this coming Saturday night, you are going to want to get down to Elton Chong's in Penrith. because now this is a special one. This is a very special one. Our good friends in Adriatic, who I've seen and played with up here, and if you haven't seen them yet because you're not in Queensland, you missed out. You're missing out. You need to go and check them out because these guys kick ass. They are playing at Elton Chong's. They've got their album launch tour that they're doing, and they are being supported. It's presented by Grindhead Productions, number one, and they're being supported by Bury Me, Chronic, and Liberty Guns. Now, I know Bury Me for a fact. Bury Me is an absolutely kick-ass band as well. So you're already two of those bands are really, really awesome. It's $15 on the door, so that's 100% worth your money already.
Yeah, man. And Elton Chong's is supposed to be this mad new rock venue in Penrith. Dare I say, may or may not be taking the reins of Frankie's Pizza.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I saw. You know what? I saw the play. I saw the fucking sign when I was down there last. Had no idea what. I just thought it was like a Chinese restaurant or something.
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was. But yeah. So go down and check that one out on Saturday night if you're in and around Penrith. I apologise to the guys in Adriatic and Bury Me for not mentioning that previously. Don't know what happened there, but somehow I had missed it. But I've got it now. So that's what's going on for us, man. That's what's going on for us. We're still kicking, still trying to keep things rolling. You know how it is. If you are in Brisbane, I'm going to be at all the Southeast Queensland shows for this New Metal Mayhem tour. I'm going to be at the Brisbane show. I'm going to be at the Gold Coast show. I'm even going to be dragging my ass out to the Toowoomba show. I might even work in the door at Toowoomba, I think. So anyway, I'll be out at those. So come and see me there. Come and say hi. Give me a cheers. Give me a high five. Get in a photo with me because I want to get my photo with you.
Yeah, we want.
That's what I want to do. I want to get my.
We're
not saying hey, come and get your photos with us because we're famous. No. We're saying come and get your photo with us because we want to get our photos with you guys. Because you guys are the ones that make this happen. You guys are the ones that support us and help us, keep this shit rolling. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. We really, really appreciate that. Thank you to my co-host, Kyle. Like, share, subscribe here. Jump over to Metal Ruse and subscribe over there because they're doing all sorts of really cool stuff. And we're part of that team now. So thank you very much to Michael and the whole Metal Ruse team.
Love you guys.
You guys